This video contains some naughty words. I have an unashamed potty mouth, and at my age, that is not going to change.
Now, I'm not a dressage rider, I'm a show jumper. So this is going to create lots of controversy. I am working on toes out. I'm not working on toes in, I'm working on toes out.
Gotta love a bit of controversy.
Hi, welcome to the first in the series of menopausal.com, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing with various parts of my body as I'm riding. Now, I've been riding, I think I was first put on a horse when I was about 18 months, 2 years old, and I'm now coming up for 56. I've been riding for most of that time, apart from when I discovered boys and drugs, and then I stopped for a bit. I was going to say I'm trying to become an international show jumper. I'm not trying to become an international show jumper at all. What I am trying to do is to do an international show. If that works, and I can afford it, I might have a go at doing another international show. But I don't think a couple of shows every now and then an international show jumper makes. But if I'm going to do it, I want to look good and be safe while I'm doing it. So I thought now is the time to tweak all my little faults. One of them is I do have a tendency to ride in a chair seat, and my leg tends to swing around a lot. No longer do I have a stable base, and as a result, that's creating lots of other problems. I had been, and we didn't realise, that I was hyperflexing at the heel. Now, I don't mean just I was forcing my heel down. I mean, I was really hyperflexing. I had even been doing exercises by standing on the bottom of the stair to stretch my muscles in my calf muscles. Biology. I used to be good at biology as well. I used to be able to ride. I can't anymore. I used to be good at biology. Shit. So I would be doing stretching exercises on the stairs to try and get my heel even further down. So it was like I spent years practicing to become a worse rider.
Let the retraining commence.
Okay, so I'm going to raise my legs, get back onto those cheek seat bones, relax my bum. My heels are against his side. I'm not forcing my heels down, and my toes are out. Yes, my toes are out. One coach that I'm working with now, and I highly rate her, did say that I should be aiming for a correct 45-degree angle. I'll go through the fence, darling. Right, so we've got an audience. And my feet are, because I've been concentrating on that. Oh, now I do appear to be pushing my heel too far down. Right, okay. So let's adjust. We'll adjust that. Okay, my heels are now not pushing down. Definitely on seat bones. Feet are concentrating on turning out, not on down. So heels up a bit more. Right, position there. Right. Okay, I've placed in position, and now all I'm going to do is just concentrate on keeping my toes out. I do feel that that's pushed me back up off the saddle, so I'm just going to... Oh, no, I was just clenching my arse. I just needed to declench. Now we're riding along. I am still noticing that I'm holding tension in my arse. So I'm maintaining what I hope is the correct foot positioning. And I am still finding that I'm clutching either my arse or my thighs. If I relax my thighs, my arse clutches. If I relax my arse, my thighs clutch. I'm wondering whether what I need to do is to do some stretching exercises to become more flexible. Maybe it's a flexibility issue. Maybe it's a muscle memory issue. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week. I spent 2 weeks doing that. However, I will say that did not feel right. It was making everything else not stable. But I'm working on the premise that no two people are alike. No two people have the same conformation. No two horses have the same conformation. Therefore, no two rider-horse combinations are going to be the same. So I don't think an exact 45-degree angle is actually the way to be going for me. If it's not comfortable after 2 weeks and it's doing weird things to my riding, it was making me lose my stirrups, I'm going to stop doing that. An exercise was suggested to me to put a glove underneath each calf or lower calf, upper heel area to make sure that, to encourage me to keep the pressure on the side of the horse. Now, we're not talking pounds of pressure, we're talking ounces of pressure, just sufficient pressure to stabilize your lower leg. So obviously, if you can do that, if you are doing that correctly, then the piece of paper or the glove will not fall out. Now, I'm not going to use a glove because I'm always losing things, and I'm fed up of buying things, constantly, repeatedly rebuying the same thing over and over again because I'm a fuckwit. So I'm going to use 2 pieces of paper. Here we are. We're going to put this in the right place, and hopefully this isn't going to scare the shit out of him and make him gallop across the field, and I'm going to end up in friggin' Paris by lunch. I don't know if you can see. There you go. Look, there's a shot of it behind my heel and to the side. There you go. Look, wee. That did not go anywhere near as well as I thought it was going to do. I was absolutely convinced that I was going to go out for a half an hour, 45-minute ride, and I would still have my little bits of red paper underneath my calf muscles. No. Just as well I was riding a 13.3 pony, because I had to get off several times to pick them up off the floor. In fact, the first time I didn't even realise it had gone. I was so confident that it was still there, and I looked down and it wasn't there. Now, it keeps falling out from underneath the left foot more than it falls out from underneath the right foot. So clearly I'm either wonky or less strong on one side. Now, I will say that in order to keep this piece of paper there, I did find that my heels were rising up and up and up. And now at one point, I deliberately didn't correct it because I wanted to see what would happen. And my heel was rising up and up and up and up. Now, this could be because I'm on a little barrel, so that might be the reason. Or am I trying too hard? Now, see, this is something that I do. This is, like, for example, with the heels down thing, with me making my heels go sort of hyperextended down. Well, am I just doing that now? But in the opposite, am I now holding on in such a fashion that my heels are now coming up and up and up and up and up and up? Too far one direction, too far t'other. But yes, I had to get off 1, 2, 4 times, and I think I was basically on a 35-minute ride. So that's a bit shit, really, isn't it? So that's the thing I'm going to work on, definitely. Tomorrow I'm going to do it again. I'm going to stick with doing it on the pony for now, because I am going to have to get on and off and on and off, and I am here on my own. What else do I have to say? So my feet are still sliding forward into chair, although not anywhere near as much. I am finding that if I sit more upright rather than sinking down into the saddle, that seems to be beneficial as well. I think I am possibly talking bollocks.
If you would like to follow my journey from shambles to show jumper, please hit like and subscribe.